Thank you so much, Alex, for that lovely introduction, and thank you to you and Vitor and the rest of the committee for giving me this great honor of joining you at the conference. I'm very excited to have this opportunity. I wish I could be there with you all in person. I'm here rather early in the morning in Boston, Massachusetts. It would be much more fun to be with you in France, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to come, but I wish you a very successful conference. So I'm going to tell you about my recent work on software design and some particular ideas I've had in the last couple of months about software innovation and ways in which we're connecting this work to large language models. So the questions that I'd like to open with are the following. What does innovation in software actually look like? And what makes a software product successful? And I'd argue that these are questions that we don't ask often enough. So let me give you my take on what the scenarios of success are, as it were, for a couple of very well-known software innovations. So let's start with Tim Berners-Lee's World Wide Web, invented in 1989. So what was actually novel about the web? Here's a web page, and we can look at the web page, and of course, this is so familiar to us that it can be hard, and this is the case with a lot of innovations, to understand what was different or novel about this innovation when it actually happened. Well, let's start by saying a few things that were not the source of the success. First of all, it wasn't that there was a massive technological change. Sometimes some enabling technology makes some innovation possible, but in this case, if you look at the technology that Tim Berners-Lee had on his desk at CERN, he had a powerful Next computer with a big hard disk, a powerful processor. He had, a bitmap display, and he had very good network connectivity. So it certainly wasn't the technology. Um, so what else might it have been? Might it have been the idea of hypercard, the idea of hyperlinks? Well, Bill Atkinson had invented hypercard back in 1987. And in fact, the idea of a hyperlinked editing system goes back way before that to Nelson and Van Dam in 1967, arguably even to Vannevar Bush's paper in The Atlantic, a very famous paper in 1945, in which he imagined a machine called the Memex that would allow you to take associative trails through a large body of knowledge on a kind of desktop that is very similar in many ways to what we now think of as the World Wide Web, albeit encased in a single cabinet. So it certainly wasn't the idea of a hypertext collection of information. Well, maybe it was the idea of a markup language. Well, HTML itself wasn't